Hello everybody. So in this lesson I wanted to show you how you can make trigger box with 2 or even more actions. So let me show you an example in my game. So as you can see, when I'm doing a few steps, there is a box. Actually, I wanted to highlight to a player a trigger scene, a trigger to see cutscene location, and this is I am playing with it. Maybe I will change it, but actually right now it's a box. So as you can see, it's a box. This is the first trigger, and let me show you the second trigger.
What's that noise?
This is the oxygen supply system.
And this is a second trigger. So by default, I think almost everybody using trigger, like only one trigger in a blueprint. And in this example, I have two triggers, and let me show how we can do this. So first of all, let's create a blueprint. Blueprint BP test. That's okay. So now I want to create, let's have, we can play with visibility, and let's create sphere, and I think it's too much, but anyway, and a cube. So we have a cube, we have a sphere. Let's create a collision for both of them, and collision, I think it will be, we can use box collision. So collision 1, oh, collision 1, and box collision 2, collision 2. Let's make them the top. So anyway, it doesn't matter what's the order here, because we will play only with the collision itself. So let's make at least different colors, maybe, so it will be a little bit different. I don't know if it's visible or not. So sphere, let's make it a little bit bigger. Oh, this one. Okay, this is some material from my level, doesn't matter. So we have this crazy figure, but that's okay for our test. So save it. And the final thing, we have to play with the blueprint itself. So we can go to event graph, and first of all, we have to adjust our collision radius, because right now I think it's too small. So I think that's too big. So let's make something like this. This is the first collision, and the second collision, of course, should be bigger. So like we can have two radius. That's too much. So what's my idea? I want to have one action if our user overlapping first collision box, and another action if our user overriding over on component over begin overlap. So it will be two actions for two collision box. So let's go straight to event graph. As you can see, we have collision 2 bigger than collision 1. Okay, collision 2, we are going straight here on component begin overlap, and after that set visibility. set visibility for cube, for example. So it should be on. We can play with it, and this was collision 2. Let's go to collision 1. The same thing on component begin overlap. Set visibility sphere. We can new visibility. Let's switch it off. So if I overlap collision 1 or collision 2 radius, we should turn off our cube or sphere. I don't know, let's test. So let's drop it on the level somewhere. Oh, too far away. I think it's too big, but let me, well, not too big. I think that's okay. Let's test anyway. So, oh, this is exactly what we want. Let me show you once again, because we don't have the fallback, so both objects will disappear if we will cross the radius. So let me show you. We are going slowly and slowly, and we will cross the first radius right now. And as you can see, both objects disappear. So let's go back to our blueprint. And so I just wanted to recheck. So collision 2 is the biggest radius, and collision 2 should switch off sphere. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. Collision 2 should switch off cube. Okay, compile and save. So we see sphere and cube. Sphere is off, cube is on, and in a few steps, when I will cross the second collision radius, box will disappear also. That as we wanted to see. So we can play a lot of that with that, because we can set on components and overlap, and actually we can make, guys, what's the problem? Let's make set visibility to sphere visible. So we have two actions. On component begin overlap, we will turn visibility off, and on component end overlap, we will set visibility to on. This will, in that case, it will be easier for us to see how our blueprint working in the real world. As you can see, sphere turning on and off, because we only realized that for sphere. Let's make it. Please, I think we are still in the radius. Yeah, now we are. So very easy, very nice. Of course, you can have a lot of functionality here, including your NPC, cutscenes, voiceover, etc. It's going to be anything, and you can add 2, 3, or 5 layers of actions. In my case, as you remember, in my case,
What's that noise?
This is the oxygen.
We was too close, but let me show you again, because our radius are on the left, so we have to go. Yeah, that's it. And a cutscene.
What's that noise?
This is the oxygen supply system.
And as usual, it's very easy, and it's just on component begin overlap, and you can add any actions, any strategy here. So that's it for this lecture. Thanks for watching.